Asia Discovery. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Junhee Kim. This time, we are going to discover Republic of Korea. Asian Discovery team asked people how much they know about Korea. To my surprise, however, many people still remember Korea as a poor and dangerous country which is not recovered from the Korean War yet. How about you? How much do you know about Korea? Let's see.
Hello, my name is Junju Kim and I'm a reporter of Asian Discovery. Today I'm here to interview a professor of CUK, Steve Justice from Scotland. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Actually, I have a question. Before you came to Korea, how much did you know about the country?
Well, myself, actually, I knew quite a lot. Actually, I had an interest in history. I've studied history a lot, and I've always been quite interested in East Asian history. So I had studied about the Korean War and the Japanese occupation of Korea and a lot of things around that time, a lot of modern history. So I knew some things, yeah, but also a lot of blogs were coming out of Korea, which I read about. So before I came, I did know quite a lot about Korea, actually.
Wow.
Wow.
You knew a lot of things. Yeah, then how about your family's or friends' responses when you decided to come to Korea?
Well, yeah, that was the main difference, I would say. I knew quite a lot, but so family and friends really knew nothing at all about Korea. They had, I mean, most people, especially in Scotland, they don't know anything about Korea. Like, they think, you know, companies like Samsung and Daewoo and Hyundai, they think are Japanese companies, for example. Yeah, and, you know, they know China, they know Japan, but they don't know anything about Korea at all, except of course North and South Korea. And yes, the strongest reaction I got was when I said I was coming to Korea. One person asked me if you had running water here, like plumbing. So I had to explain, you know, the fastest internet in the world and everything. So even now, people still really don't know much about Korea. Yeah.
Okay, then now I heard you've been here for 4 years. So how would you introduce Korea to your friends?
Well, I think Korea especially I would introduce as a very technologically advanced country. It's a country that is changing a lot. It's still quite a closed country. I mean, I do invite friends to come over, but it's always, you know, it's still not very open to tourism, I think. And I think that's something that really needs to be changed. It needs to be opened up. But I would introduce Korea as an advanced country. It's a very friendly country, I think, generally speaking. I always think that Korea is a very good country to live in, but for tourism it's a little bit more difficult. So, yeah, mostly I do when I talk about the good things Korea has, a lot of advantages with the technological side of things more than anything else.
Oh. Thank you very much.
As we saw in the video, there are still some misunderstandings about Korea. However, Korea has achieved a remarkable economic development just in a few decades. People call this miraculous Han River. How could Koreans make the miracle?
Korea has sharply developed only in a half century. What do you think was the motivation of the Korean development?
I think it would be 새마을운동. What about you?
Well, yeah, I agree about that one. But how about the Seoul Olympic?
새마을 운동이야. 지금 바로 88 올림픽 in Seoul.
새마을 운동? Seoul Olympic in 1988. Okay?
아, 당연히 새마을 운동이죠.
We could see that many Korean students think that the motivation of Korean development is Saemal movement and 88 Olympic Games in Seoul. What is Saemal movement and how the Seoul Olympics contribute to Korea? Let's see how could those bring about the miracle.
Hello, this is Hansol
and Soyun.
We are here to help you understanding about the miracle of Han River.
Are you ready to start?
Let's begin.
Korea was one of the poorest countries in the world right after the Korean War.
As you can see, the common image of Korea is the Korean War.
In fact, Korean War devastated the country and many people suffered from post-war era.
Look at this picture. There were no basic supplies. The quality of life was very poor.
However, Korea was able to achieve a big economic development as it is presented in this graph. Many people responded that the new community movement, as known as 새마을운동, and 88 Seoul Olympics were the motivation of the Korean economic miracle.
This is the image of Seoul in 1950s. But then, it became modernized like this. Just in 30 years, this picture was taken in 1980s.
Then, what is Semaul movement? Let's find out. Semaul movement was an economic and political initiative launched in 1970 by South Korean President Park Chung-hee. The motto of Semaul movement was diligence, self-help, and cooperation.
Do you know the main object of Semaul movement?
Yes, I know. It was to modernize the rural South Korean economy and achieve a big economic development eventually.
Yes, it was the most important motivation, which largely attributed to Korea's economy back in 1970s.
Also, people tried hard to minimize disparity of the standard of living between big industrialized cities and poor rural areas.
That's right. The movements promote self-help and cooperation among the people, and they could voluntarily rebuild their towns and infrastructure with the support of government. There was also a song to encourage people to work hard. Soyun, do you know this song? 새벽종이 울렸네, 또 아침이 밝았네.
Of course. Semaul movement helped much to improve the national economy throughout the country successfully.
Yes, I also heard that many foreign leaders are now visiting Korea to learn Semaul movement to improve their countries.
Oh, now I know how Semaul movement influenced Korean economy. Then, how about 88 Seoul Olympics?
Thanks to remarkable economic development which started from 1970s, Seoul was able to host the Summer Olympic Games in 1988.
Wow, that must have been very helpful to Korean economy.
You're right. Look how happy the Koreans are in the picture. Hosting such big international games meant a lot to Koreans because it provided a showcase to prove the miracle of Han River to the rest of the world.
Also, Korea invited millions of foreign visitors from all over the world and earned a significant amount of foreign currency, right?
Right. To prepare the Seoul Olympics, Korea rebuilt social infrastructure such as airport, highways, metro, and so forth. The public utility enterprise created lots of job opportunities, and it contributed largely to the economic development in many aspects.
I know, Olympics left lots of things, especially Olympic Expressway in Seoul is essential for Seoul citizens to commute until now. Furthermore, the apartments which were built for the Olympic athletes and their families was the primitive form of huge apartment complex in Korea.
What is this door? Is it the Arch of Peace?
Yes, this gate represents 88 Seoul Olympic spirit, which is peace. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, I want to visit the Olympic Park to see the gate.
That's a good idea. Seoul Olympics was another step for further economic growth for South Korea. Now, let's see current images of Korea.
This is Taeran Street, which is the business district in Seoul. There are so many high-rise buildings. Also, the night view of Han River is amazing.
This picture is Cheonggyecheon. Have you been there?
Yes, this is the best place to take a walk to get away from busy atmosphere in the city.
Now we know how Semaul movement and 88 Seoul Olympics were the major motivation of the Korean economic development. This is all for today.
I hope you understand Semaul movement and 88 Olympics well. Thank you, Soyeon.
Thank you, Hansol. See you next time.
Now, 2010. Korea doesn't seem like poor and dangerous country anymore. It is certain that Semaul movement and Seoul Olympics made a significant contributions to Korean economic development. Korea is now known as one of the strongest IT countries in the world. Furthermore, Korea became the country which helps other countries economically. Also, this coming 11th of November, G20 will be held in Seoul, Korea. Isn't it amazing? Then, what images do you have about Korea? Do you still think Korea is a poor and damaged country?